Hey, y'all, what's up? I have been gone for a while and I've had a lot of things going on. I'm still going through stuff. Um, I'm kind of like in a grieving situation. I'm in a healing situation as far as my body. I had the situation with my right knee. I had to get that under control. I've had a grieving situation recently. So I haven't given a lot of reviews for SmackDown and Raw, and then I also stopped subscribing to Sling because, excuse me, I was spending $40 for one channel. I was literally getting Sling just to watch Raw on USA. When I was like, I know that Hulu has a thing where they only with USA they have a contract where they only record an hour and a half of it, which is stupid. They should record the whole thing. So there's always like a segment missing and two matches missing. So I could watch it on Hulu and then try to catch the segments and stuff on YouTube on Tuesday. But I was like, I don't even want to do that. I'm gonna just do Raw. So some of the stories that carry over or when they show like stuff, I'm missing out on. Okay, so my hair is itching. I'm about to take this down. It's itching in the middle. I'm about to take these faux locks I did out too because they look a mess. Um, but Jesus, hold on. Sorry. But so the intro was good. Um as soon as he started talking Roman Reigns and stuff, KO and Sammy came out and I thought it was gonna be a nice segment, and then I saw Jay attacking. I was like, Jay, where Jimmy at? And I was like, Jimmy must be pissed. He ain't out. Then they backed up the camera and Jimmy was there. So I was like, okay. Then he got yelled at. Then it was who was it? It was Pretty Deadly and the Brawling Brutes. And I missed 10 minutes of that because my son was outside and I had to call him in. It was getting dark. So that situation right there. And I love when Butch wrestles because he does that finger manipulation thing that I gotta learn how to do. I say that I've been saying that for the past year. He has that, and Pretty Deadly is very entertaining. I end up getting into watching them because my son loves Alpha Academy and New Day, second after the Bloodline. And we watched when the New Day won their championship, the NXT championships against Pretty Deadly. And they all faked so that the wrestlers, somebody could get kicked out. And they have the charisma of New Day, like the goofiness, the entertaining for the kids, but they have the looks and stuff of Maxim models. I feel like their push, it's only been the second week, is going to be greater than like Hit Roads or something like that because it works. They're like slightly arrogant, but they're also a good time and entertaining for the kids. And even though a lot of us, like me, I'm a millennial, we grew up watching wrestling. The now it's more family friendly and it's geared to our kids, so it helps push them. You know what I'm saying? Um, I forgot about the tag team NXT girls that fought today against two females. I don't even know. They must be new to NXT. I don't really watch NXT. I'll catch it every once in a while, so I ain't even gonna hold you. Like I know who Wes is. I know who Ava Rain and all them. Like I know certain people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know everybody. Um, so like I was watching. Because I was like, why are they still having to wrestle for the NXT Tag Team Championship when Solo came to SmackDown? He brought the North American Championship to SmackDown, first ever done, so he made history doing that. But I'm like, he didn't have it for a month, and they made him get that up. So, and like with the New Day, they won the NXT Championships after the pay-per-view, I think, or whatever, in Charlotte. They lost that because I guess they had to come back to SmackDown. Like, all right, y'all can't spend y'all time the whole time at NXT. So I feel like eventually, I don't even know the tag team NXT people name. They're gonna have to give them up to somebody in NXT. Also, The LWO and Uso match was expected. The ending wasn't expected. Like KO standing out there, KO is a firecracker. So for him not just to stand there and look, I was like, at first I was surprised, but then I see Sammy come up in the background. I was like, oh, okay. So they lost. My thing is, when they was on it, he was like, Jim was like, he getting on my damn nerve. I was like, is he talking about Roman? Before like their talking segment. And then after that, I was like, when Roman and Solo lose, then what's gonna be the excuse? Because I don't see Roman having 4 championships. There's no way in hell he gonna have 4 championships. Not in my mind. Like if anything, if Solo was to be a tag team champion with someone else, yeah. But not Roman having 4 championships. And eventually I feel like WWE needs to divide the championships up again. Like the women's had their championships unified, the Raw and SmackDown, and then it got divided. I'm assuming that the tag team championships might have been unified prior to in the past, but it's time to like break that apart. So actually, Raw could have a chance at fighting for tag team championships with all the men that's on that roster, as well as SmackDown having their own tag team championships. Um, I think that okay, and then excuse me, Selena and Oscar was good. Selena can continue to get a push, just like I said with like Shotzi and Raquel and stuff like that. I think they are the next group of women to go be up there with like the Natalias, the Oscars, the Biancas, the Baileys, the did I say Oscar? The Charlottes, all of them. Like she's the next push. What I don't like when it comes to concerning the women is the fact that Raquel had to give up her championship, and I understand that Liv is hurt, but it's with the same 3 group of people. Like it's Rhonda and Shayna, or the two or three of them from Damage Control, or Chelsea and Sonya. Like why can't where is Natalia and Shotzi at? You know what I'm saying? Where is Tegan Knox and Emma? Where is Doudrop and Nikki Cross? Like why we can't have a mix up? And I understand that y'all like you don't want to push them; they might not be as skilled. But sometimes the only way for people to get skilled is for them to do their craft more. Like it's a difference when you're practicing at a performance center, for just to stay in shape versus actually being in a match. It's a difference. Like you get an idea of it at the performance center, but you ain't fighting for real. So, I also think that the the Street Profits versus boogz and LA Knight was hilarious, and I love it. And I get what somebody I know was saying when she was like, some of the stuff to us that don't make sense as adults is because WWE is geared towards kids, and boogz is one of those people. Like I really want him to tag team with Riddle or fight Riddle because their segments will be hilarious. Like they are hilarious to me. Them two and R-Truth. And when he came out, LA and Ted's both laid the face like, what the hell wrong with him? Like he came out and was doing a thing. What's it? Then he got up on the rope. LA got up on the rope. And Boog got right behind him on him. I was like, what is wrong with him? That's what this looked like. I was like, I'm cracking up. And then that strut Montez is doing. And then Bug bench pressed him and curled Dawkins. I was like, what is going on? So I was like, next week it's gonna be a match with LA and Bug. I was like, but they are fool. And I was like, that is entertaining for the kids because I know it's kids out there that love them for that reason. I don't know why in my mind I feel like Bianca's gonna turn heel. I don't want her to do it right now because I feel like 75 to 80% of the women in the women's division in WWE go heel. But I feel like when she does go heel, that ponytail is gonna be gone because she already established her name for herself. She'll probably have like her birthday. She had her hair; it was parted in the middle. It was wavy on both sides. I think she'll just have her hair out or a good wig like that. Like, because I know that braid got to be, I know it got to weigh a lot. So I wonder on the day she doesn't have appearances, like she go home on like Tuesday, Wednesday, do she take it out? That's a lot. That's a lot. Try sleeping in that. Like, how do you do that? And I know you get used to it after a while, especially if black women is our hair. Like back in the day, like our mom just had the fringe buns and all that, and braids and stuff. You get used to it after a while, but like that's gotta be ooh. I know it's gotta be something. And I think I've mentioned everything. Oh, Grayson Waller in the AJ Styles segment, I was like, it's very much giving Saved by the Bell at the beach. Like the sign. He was giving Saved by the Bell at the beach. And everyone's like, oh, AJ's going to win it. Some people are like, oh, because he's coming back from an injury, he's not going to win it. I'm thinking logically, like, the title is for WWE Raw. AJ Styles isn't on Raw. Seth is. So, that's the only reason why I think Seth is going to win it. And also because 2 out of 3 of the former members of S.H.I.E.L.D. are very successful. Seth is successful in his own right. But I think right now, out of the 3, I don't know. I don't watch AEW. I tried to get into it. Couldn't get into it. But I think all 3 of them are probably the only group, whether broken up or together, they're actually broken up, are more successful than they were when they were together, to be honest. Current day. Like, our generation, it was probably DX. Like, the most successful broken up thing. But for them, it's them. It's the Shield. Because Roman is Roman. Dean Ambrose is John Moxley in AEW. He's doing his thing. And then Seth has his own persona. He gets these fashions off Fashion Week runway. I don't know who his stylist is. He gets the shoes when they come out. Because I'll be like, what do he got on? Then I see it on the runway. Like at the Met Gala, he had the tuxedo with the back out. And I was like, what the hell he got on? Then I see 2 days later, Bad Bunny had the same thing on at the Met Gala appearance. I was like, oh. I was like, so he began this stuff off the runway. But it's the laugh and it's the persona and then it's the versatility and the resilience that Seth has, and it's the fact that when he gets to the dark zone, which I call like when he blacks out and really goes ham, like he did with Cody Rhodes, even though he lost, is when you get the best of him, because that's when the like you can see his eyes like, all right, he's zoned in. So, but I feel like it's gonna go to Seth. I don't know when the last time AJ has had a title match. And Sheamus and Theory. I can't wait to see them next week. And someone tweeted and was like, they're trying to make Theory a thing and push Theory, but nobody cares. And this is the thing about that, is they're basically doing Theory like they did John Cena when John Cena, they tried to make him a wrestling Marky Mark. And that didn't work too well. Or they switched it up. My alma mater, shout out to Auntie Aggie Pride. But yeah, so I'm like, they try to make that a thing. It worked for a little bit, but it was terrible. Like, I feel like with him not being still fresh from NXT, I don't know how long he's been from NXT, because like I said, only been watching for like a year. I think I started watching around this time in June. But I feel like it's too soon. Like, I'm not saying his titles and stuff is too soon. I'm just saying the push to make people care. Like with New Day, took a while. John Cena, they tried gimmicks, it didn't work until the Never Give Up thing. That took a while. The Bellas took a while. Usos took a while. Yeah, I feel like the only person it really didn't take a while for might have been Charlotte Flair, and that's because of nepotism, to be honest with you. Um, and I feel like for everyone to get that crowd, like love from fans and the undying love and all that, whether you turn heel or not, they might hate you for a second, but they still gonna rock with you. It takes a while. Like you got to be there and pay your dues for a while. And I feel like with Theory, he has a body. Oh my God! But I feel like he isn't there yet. And I feel like he has a dream match with John Cena because, like you said, he looked up to him. But that match was even lackluster. And I was like, the reason why you won, period, is because John was helping put you over. Because he's been in the game 21 years. He's considered one of the greats. But also, he doesn't wrestle like that on the regular. He wrestles once now for like last 4 years just to keep the record to say he wrestled. But he might as well go ahead and retire. Like, even though The Rock, I don't think announced his retirement, he might as well go ahead and retire too. Because the only time he come out is when he hosting. Like, everybody know he retired, but some of the fans. You know what I'm saying? So you might as well just go ahead and list that as a retirement thing. Like, I'd be more impressed if he could beat Bobby without cheating. But I'd be super impressed if he could be the legend that's currently active in the game, like Edge. Like, if he can defeat somebody like Edge, Theory, then he'll probably get more respect. Like, beating John Cena, not current day John Cena, that ain't nothing to brag about. That's like beating somebody that just came in the NXT last 6 months, like 6 months ago. John Cena now ain't the John Cena then. You could tell John Cena do more yoga and cardio because he doesn't have to be in the ring as much compared to like the weightlifting and stuff he did back then. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? That's like him trying to fight Triple H now versus him in his prime. You know? Like somebody that's in their prime. Yeah. So that's why the Sheamus match is gonna be good for next week. But I also feel like it's gonna be because I'm like, Sheamus could draw a crowd. He's very entertaining. Love him or hate him, heel or not. Sheamus is one of those people that I really, really like. I don't know why. Him and AJ Styles, I really like. I don't care what side they're on. I don't know. I, and I feel like with them having so much experience in the game and winning just about everything, it's a lot, and still being who they are. Like, if you can beat somebody like that, you got the grit and the edge like that, then Theory will get more respect. But him just fighting the same couple people, like he kept fighting Seth, he kept fighting Bobby, and then he was winning, but all those wins were from cheating. Like, if you could beat a Sheamus, a Drew McIntyre, a daggone Edge or something like that without cheating, then you get the respect. But I'm laying on my couch now. At first I was sitting up, now I'm laying back watching my son play 2K23. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna try to, that's all. Thank you for listening to my ravings and rants. Sorry it's just been so long. You can follow me on Twitter at IAmJustBee. Instagram, I am Danny Britt. Yeah. And let me finish reading this book. Try to read some Bible verses in my prayers. I might fall asleep. I took my contacts out because I know last couple of days I've been falling asleep on this couch. Last night I actually slept on the couch. So I fell asleep and woke up to go get something to drink, check on my son. Came back downstairs like, I'm gonna watch some TV since I'm up. Knocked out. I didn't even sleep in my bed last night. Now, let me tell you something. You get what you pay for because this couch is comfortable as hell. Okay? Now my brain, every time I lay down on this end like this, I automatically go to sleep. If I lay on the other end, double sectional, or the other end, I guess because I don't fall asleep right there, I can't go to sleep. But every time I lay right here where I'm laying, I be sleeping 30 minutes. It's a shame. I hope everyone has a good night. Oh, and they're coming to Fayetteville tomorrow. And because I live in North Carolina with my son, we've been to Charlotte in October. His first one ever. That was lackluster. The show didn't even make sense. I was low-key mad that I was wasting money on it. But I was excited. It was his first thing ever. And then later on, we had to leave early. So I didn't even get to see like Bianca in person, but he was sick. The week of his birthday's February 24th. I'm from DC area. We went to DC March 3rd to see them Smackdown. He had his time. We took one of his cousins. Tomorrow, they coming to Fayetteville. They came to Greensboro last week. All these places in North Carolina. ANC's in Greensboro. And then his dad in Greensboro. His dad's from Greensboro. So my son's dad's whole entire side of the family lives in Greensboro. We should have went for Raw. We didn't go because, of course, it's a school night. And but I actually had to go to work up there. That was this past Monday. I had to drive from Durham to Greensboro and go there for a couple hours and drive back, like for work. I was like, I should have just sat my son ride with me and we should have just stayed up there. And tomorrow they're in Fayetteville, which is an hour and 15 minutes away. And they have a couple tickets left and I'm deciding on if I should go or not with him. Because I was like, Hampton not that far. Then I said, they're coming to Raleigh in July. He's going to be with his dad, who lives in Nashville, Tennessee, where my son was born. I was like, maybe they'll have a show in Nashville. Looked online, they ain't got one. Like, I want to come see the Smackdown show. The Usos still going to be there. You're going to be with your dad. And then I was like, the next day they're going to be in Fairfax, Virginia, outside of D.C., where I grew up, in Fairfax County. Maybe we'll go there, but he still ain't going to be here. And I was like, boy, because he loves the live shows. I was like, you got to have money for this. Like, sounds like this is where I wish I worked for the, like, online store, worked as a part-time writer or something, or was a friend of somebody so we can get discount tickets. We ain't even got to get free ones. Like, discount ones are fine enough. Because when I tell you, if they have an event nearby and I could get to it in family, because from the DC area, so DC, Virginia shows, Baltimore shows, I got family in Philly, so WrestleMania, I'm going to stay with some family. Family in New York, okay? We live in North Carolina, in the Raleigh, Durham area. I went to school in Greensboro. Charlotte's not that far. Know people in Charlotte. Got family in Atlanta. And I know people that went to A&T in Atlanta. My grandma's side of the family's from South Carolina. So I really could have went to Columbia somewhere and stayed with somebody. My son is born in Nashville. His dad's still in Nashville, Tennessee. Knoxville's 2 hours away. Memphis is 2 hours away. And then I used to live outside of Orlando in Winter Springs. My mom just moved back to Florida. My dad is in Florida. They're not together no more. He's still in like what part is he in? Maitland area. She's in Haines City, which is between Tampa and Orlando. So I'm like, now I could go to Orlando show or a Tampa show. My brother-in-law's in Sanford. Like, if I really wanted to tour and had money like that for him to go to all these shows, I could just pick a show. I ain't doing that. That is expensive. First of all, I know I can stay with folks because, people of color, we do that. If we could tolerate you or be cool with you, we be like, hey, can we stay at your spot while we come here? Oh, yeah, that's cool. We ain't about to pay for no hotel, especially if you got an extra room. If you ain't got no bed, you can sleep on the couch, get a blow-up mattress, we good. You know what I'm saying? Still cheaper than getting a hotel. It's the gas. It's not even the gas. It's the price of these freaking tickets. Like, LJ and I sat in the middle, Smackdown. We wasn't even on the floor. We were on the part the 100 section that was like this. I think we was on row E in the middle. Them tickets with insurance was $300 something each. I think for me, my ticket, his ticket, and I paid for an extra ticket for him to bring a family member. So he brought his cousin. $900, I think, and $47 or some change. So I was like, I could just imagine what the people on the floor are spending. Like, that's more than the ticket. I don't know. That's more than I've ever spent on a concert ticket. And I'm cheap. Like, I love a good time. I would rather spend my money on experiences and food versus clothes and stuff. Like, I could be cute wearing something that's not that expensive. I'd rather spend the stuff on that's going to make memories. So, but these tickets are expensive. Like, and then Raw, I was still on the section like this, the 100 section, but I was a little further up. I wasn't in the center. I was one side over. But the tickets for him and I were $2 something. And then I paid for a hotel. I did that through Priceline. And I was 10 minutes from downtown, 15 minutes from downtown. But I was at the Days Inn, which is like a 3-star hotel. And the part of that neighborhood looked a little sketchy. But I was like, I'm praying, got my weapons. I wasn't too upset about it because I was like, it's still a nice crowd of diverse people here. It's nice. Like, it feel like, and one thing about the hood is, because I got family that live there. And I grew up around people that are like that. If you don't bother nobody and you mind your business, ain't nobody gonna bother you. Versus the suburbs. Suburbs are totally different. People be all in your business. They don't care. You could be out having a cookout. It'd be a whole bunch of people, oh, what you doing? Not in the hood. You have a cookout, not unless we know you. We gonna see it. We ain't gonna say nothing. And that's why I felt comfortable with the Days Inn, because I was like, I know. Go to the bathroom. So, that's one thing about growing up on the East Coast. All the East Coast major cities are the same, basically. Charlotte, DC, New York, Boston, Orlando, Atlanta. Like, it might be a little bit different culturally as far as certain stuff, but we all move the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know how to maneuver with certain types of people. So I wasn't tripping. What? Let me get out of here. Next week, I ain't gonna have this. I'm gonna have something else because it's been 2 weeks. I ain't wrapped my hair. So you see how it look? A daggone mess, okay? A mess. I don't even know where my hair bow is. But yeah. Bye.